Welcome in to another beautiful day from the Crossroads here at DH Conley High School. The last game of the Easter tournament for the Vikings as they take on the East Duplin Panthers. Hello, everyone. Cole Martin on the call this afternoon. Had a little bit of a delayed start after South Lenore and White Oak went into extra innings where the Blue Devils would take down the Vikings. Kendall Howard back on the mound today. Pitched in both games yesterday, went 3 innings in the first game against South Lenore and then went all 7 against Topsail. Junior Ava Noble in the box to start things off. 641 average for her so far this year, leading the team in hitting in almost every category. That 1.821 OPS really jumps off the page, though. OPS, of course, is on base percentage plus slugging. And if you're sitting around 1,000, that means you're pretty good. And if you're sitting at 1,800 like Noble, that is even better. Of course, that 641 average suggests that she's getting on base nearly 2 out of 3 times. And she lines that softly over to second base, and Harper Bradley will record the first out of the ball game. We'll give you a look at that Vikings defense. Another shakeup again this afternoon. Lena Zerfus back behind the plates. Taylor Ulrich at third. Then the Rose sisters still out there. Ava Gaddis currently injured off of that hit by pitch on Monday against Pamlico County. And then from there, the outfield is pretty much the same. Taylor Getzinger in center, and then Caitlin Mendel as the flex spot in right field. Rain Niddle batting in her position today. So Lorena Rodriguez in the box. She tries to square bunt. Pops it foul. It'll be 0-2 now. And she'll swing and miss at that one. Blew the rise ball right back by her for the second out of the inning. With her 2 appearances yesterday through 10 innings of work, she is down to a .24 ERA, currently 15th nationally in terms of earned run average, 4th in the state of North Carolina, and number 1 in the 7A class. When it comes to strikeouts, she is 4th in the state, and then also number 1 in 7A. 136 strikeouts. She is striking out 65% of the batters she faces this year. Carson Parker in the box now. She's on the mound today. We'll give you her stats when she takes the bump in the bottom of the inning. But at the plate this year, batting .312 as a junior. A couple of extra base knocks through 34 plate appearances. She'll wave at that one, and it is a 1 ball and 2 strike count. Here's the 1-2. She'll lift that one straight up, and that's going to go out of play. Here's another 1-2. Just off the plate. Looked pretty good from here, but it is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really good eye there by Parker. Two. She'll lift that one straight up in the air. Booth is in pursuit. It'll land in play, and she will make the catch for out number 3. Panthers go down quietly in the top half of the first, and we will see the Vikings lineup here in the bottom of the inning. Harper Bradley, Anna Rose, and Lena Zerfus to start things off for the Vikings offense. Yesterday, a pair of wins between South Lenore and Topsail. Won that first one 11-1 off of a mercy rule, and then a big-time 3-0 dub over Topsail. A 5-run second inning in that first game versus South Lenore is what really powered the Vikings to a win. And how about Lena Zerfus, a two home run day yesterday, home run in each of the games. We'll see if she can homer again today. As mentioned, Carson Parker on the mound this year as a junior has a 1.62 ERA, 2-0 through 2 appearances, 13 innings pitched between those two, only 3 strikeouts. Harper Bradley had a good day yesterday, had a couple of base knocks between both of the games, had 2 in the first ball game. She's got a hitter's count on her here in the first. 2-1 will catch the zone for strike 2. Two to Bradley. That one's floated way up, and that'll hit the backstop. Here's the payoff. That one's grounded down the third base line, but foul. This Vikings team, led by head coach Wayne Deans, already a ring under his belt back in 2022. Bradley will take ball 4 and a leadoff base runner for the Vikes. So here's Anna Rose. Made a couple of really good defensive plays yesterday against South Lenore. Cut the runner down at the plate in the 4th inning, and then started off the bottom of the 5th with a really nice jumping effort for the grab in left field. She grounds that one to third. That one's going to hit the hole. And now runners on first and second. Didn't hit it too hard, but placed it really well. Got it just past the outstretched glove of Davis and Noble. So here's Lena Zerfus. Of course, as mentioned, 2 home runs yesterday. 1 in the first game and then 1 in the second. Moves her total up to 5 on the season. She'll foul that one back. For her, she's sitting at 1747 on her OPS. Incredible numbers. 590 average, 6 doubles to her name. And a runner on first and second with no outs. She crushes that one out into left field. That one's going to fall. Coach Deans is waving Bradley home, and she will score. So the Vikings jump out to a quick 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Another RBI for Zerfus. She moves her season total up to 21 RBIs. So here's the cleanup hitter, Sarah Booth. This year as a junior, batting .219. 3 extra base hits between 2 doubles and a home run. Already 0-1 on her. She'll swing and miss at that one. Seemed like an off-speed pitch there from Parker. Here's the 0-2. That one's chopped foul behind. This Vikings team, number 1 in the state. They've been like this for this week. They were behind Weddington last week, as they are the projected number 1 seed in the West. That one's going to be up high for ball 1, but first set of playoff predictions have already been released. Weddington's still that number 1 seed, but Conley the number 1 seed in the East. That one's lifted softly up in the air. Jones is underneath it and will record the first out of the inning. Here's Kendall Howard, of course known for her statistics on the mound this year, batting, however, as a junior, .242 average with 8 hits. Large majority of those were extra base hits, though. First pitch to her is at the letters for a strike. Runners on first and second, already 1 in on the inning. Next pitch to Howard, just outside. Be 1-1. One is up high, and Howard is now in a favorable hitter's count. Two one. Now we'll find the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 is chopped foul. Anna Rose standing on second base with a single. And Lena Zerfis standing on third, also with a single. Sorry, standing on first with a single. And that one's lined out into right field. And the ball is dropped by the right fielder. The run scores from second, but Lena Zerfis is out at second on the force. So a very wacky play, as that is technically not scored as a base hit for Kendall Howard. The run does score, and it is 2-0 Vikes, but 2 outs now. So here's Brooke Rose. Seems like we had a pinch runner over on first, taking over for Kendall Howard. 2 away in the inning, 2 already in, have scored. Won't quite find the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Rose will put that one foul and will go out of play. This year as a freshman, only 10 plate appearances, but batting .375. She and her sister really known for their times on the base paths. Earlier in the season, they were pinch runners primarily and are known for their speed. 9 stolen bases for Brooke, and then 10 for Anna. That one's popped up to Jones at first for out number 3, but the Vikes strike twice to start the ball game. They're up 2-0 over East Duplin. Top half of the second getting ready to go underway. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Panthers. Sophia Jones starting things off for the Panthers. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. This year as a sophomore, reps at the plate and also on the mound. On the mound has a 2.66 ERA. So we'll see if maybe if the Vikes start to put up more runs, if she'll find her way to the bump. The batting .516 with 16 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. She'll wave at that one for strike 2. Also a 15.28 OPS. So a couple of players in this lineup that are very dangerous at the plate. Kendall Howard already up 0-2 quickly on Jones. That one's waved at for strike 3. Blew it right by her for her second strikeout of the ball game. So now Leighton Davis batting .324 this year. 9 doubles, which is impressive through 12 games for East Duplin. One's up high for ball one. One thing to notice throughout this lineup, though, this team is very, very young. Only 4 seniors for East Duplin. I mean, same for Conley, if I'm being honest. Both squads very young. 1-0 is in the dirt. Tua will catch the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. East Duplin, 11 wins, 1 loss this year. Only loss coming in conference play. They're 3-1 in the same conference with South Lenore. That one's lined out into right field, but Caitlin Mendel is right there to make the grab. So scored an L9 there for Davis. And here's the catcher, Callie Newborn. She'll swing at the first one and miss this year as a junior, batting .351. 10 RBIs, 13 base knocks for her. 41 plate appearances as well. That one's up high. No appeal down. She went around. Howard up 0-2 on Mewborn. And that one's just upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, two, just inside. So here we are, top half of the second. 2 outs, 2 balls, and 2 strikes. Here's the offering. Got her swinging. And there you go. 500 career strikeouts is the announcement through 3 years here at Conley. Impressive numbers from Kendall Howard. 4 strikeouts through 2 innings for her. We'll head to the bottom half of the second. Well, two came across the score in the first inning for the Vikes. We'll see if they can tack on any more here in the second. 7, 8, and 9 due up. Taylor Getzinger getting things started. She'll foul that one straight back. This year batting 176 as the senior through 35 plate appearances, a couple of RBIs, and 6 hits. Well, one is in the dirt. Very warm day here at DH Conley, sitting about mid 80s. Got a breeze going every now and then. One thing I will say about this Easter tournament is drawn out a really good crowd across all games. That was going to hit Getzinger, and she will take first. So leadoff base runner in the form of Taylor Getzinger. Here's Rain Niddle. Yesterday in that game versus South Lenore was the catcher, as Lena Zerfus had to move over to third for that game. Today is the designated player, Caitlin Mendel, playing her spot out there in right field. One zero is in there for a strike. One one, slow and away. Two one is upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Three-run will hit her on the head. So back-to-back hit by pitches for the Vikings. Here's Taylor Ulrich. We'll see a mound visit from head coach Greg Jenkins of the Panthers. And it seems like we will have a pitching change. We'll take a quick break and tell you about who the new pitcher is next. So Carson Parker's day is done on the mound. Goes 1 inning of work, 2 hits, has given up 2 runs so far, but is responsible for both runners on first and second base, so her line does not close just yet. So now on the mound is Zoe Turner, someone who I personally did not expect to throw. So I thought it would be Carson Parker that would come in. No appearances for Zoe Turner so far this year. And it's the third baseman, Taylor Ulrich, in the box. 1-1 is floated well up high. 2 balls and a strike. No outs in the inning. 2-1. It's also going to be upstairs. And Turner is in danger of walking the bases loaded. 3-1. Allen's going to find the bottom part of the zone for strike 2, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch is lifted straight up in the air.
Trouble.
Left fielder's in pursuit. Oh, what a grab! Getzinger will tag up and head to third, but what a catch by Rodriguez out there in right field, making the sliding grab. So the lineup will turn over here in the second inning. Harper Bradley up now, drew a leadoff walk in the first, and would eventually come around to score off of Alina Zerfis' base knock. She'll lift that one over to the right side, and the catch is made by Jones at first. Well, it seemed like East Duplin was in a bit of a jam, and they still are in a sense with runners on the corners, but now there's 2 away. Here's Anna Rose. She had that single back in the first. She'll line that one foul off the Conley dugout. This year through 24 plate appearances, batting .429. And as already mentioned, those 10 stolen bases, she is lethal on the base paths. Here's the 1-1. She'll ground that one right back to the pitcher, Turner, and the flip is made over to first. Vikings strand a pair, don't get any runs here in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the top of the third here from the Crossroads. Welcome back, Easter tournament here from DH Conley High School. Vikes already 2-0 on the weekend. Took down South Lenore and Topsail yesterday, looking to make it 3-0 and a perfect 12-0 record on the season. Kendall Howard back to work on the mound. As mentioned in the last inning, she reached 500 career strikeouts here at DH Conley, and plenty more to come. That one's lined out in the right field. That's going to go just foul. So Ainsley Hunter in the box as a freshman batting 306. She'll cut at that one and miss. Here's the 0-2. Fouled straight back. Hunter lucky to get a piece on that one. Here's another 0-2. That one's going to be just low. Here's the 1-2 to Hunter. She'll line that one straight back up the middle for a base hit. Make that 12 hits now as a freshman. And now Emma Wallace, the designated player at the plate, also a freshman this year, batting 385. 5 hits, only 16 plate appearances. However, she'll square the bunt. She'll miss. Strike is called, and we'll see Hunter scurry back over to first. Here's the 0-1. She'll swing and miss at that one. No balls and 2 strikes. No outs in the inning, but a runner on first. 0-2 is waved at for strike 3. The throw goes into the outfield. They were looking at Hunter at first. Mendel will make the throw back in. So 1 out in the inning, but it did cost them slightly as the runner moves up from first to second. Runner on second with 1 away. Here's the now pitcher, Zoe Turner. First pitch to her is low for ball 1. This year as a senior, batting 233. 7 hits, but only 1 RBI. She'll cut and miss at that one. One. That one just inside. Actually, will cross the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 to Turner. She'll foul that one straight back, and she'll stay alive. Next 1-2 offering is grounded to Rose at short, and the throw goes over the head of Booth. Hunter will come home and score, and Turner will move up to second base. So a throwing error there by Brooke Rose at shortstop. And Zoe Turner trades places with Ainsley Hunter. Lineup turns over for the Panthers here in the third. Ava Noble up now. First time up, popped up to Harper Bradley at second base. Owen is lifted straight back out of play. To his line, straight back up the middle. Turner will stay at third. And another base hit for the Panthers in the inning. It was only a matter of time before we saw Noble get on the base paths, and it happens here in the third. She has 10 stolen bases on the season, so we'll see if they put her in motion. And a Zerfus catcher giving the defense the calls. I'm sure they'll be prepared for the runner if she goes. Rodriguez will lay down a bunt, but it'll go foul. Her first time up, struck out swinging in the first inning. Oh, 1. She'll lay down a bunt again, and it'll go foul down the third base line again. Oh, 2. She'll swing and miss at that one. Runner goes. And Ava Noble will swipe second, but the second out of the inning is recorded. Make that 5 strikeouts on the ball game so far for Kendall Howard through 2 2/3 innings pitched, all of them swinging. Here's Carson Parker, popped up to Sarah Booth to end the inning in the first. She'll ground that one to Rose at short. She'll make the throw over to Booth at first, and that time she will record the out. Panthers strand a pair here in the third, but get 1 run back on the Vikes. 2-1 in favor of DH Conley. Welcome back. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Vikings here in the home half of the third. Zoe Turner still out there on the mound. And Zervis will line that one out into left field. First pitch that she sees in the at-bat will line out into left field for a leadoff base knock. Here's Sarah Booth. Popped out to first base in the first inning. First pitch to her is low and slightly in the dirt for ball one. That one's ripped down the left field line, but foul. Runner on first, no outs in the inning to the Vikings cleanup hitter. Ball is up high. They'll check down to Zerfis at first. She's back in safe. Next pitch is lined back up the middle for a base hit. Zerfis will stay at second after a quick throw in. And now a pair of base runners on for Kendall Howard. First pitch to Howard is in the dirt. No outs in the inning. This would be a really good RBI opportunity for Howard. She'll leave that one up high. That one's going to get away from the catcher, Mewborn, and both runners will move up 60 feet. Kendall Howard with 7 RBIs, maybe looking to make it 8 and 9 here. She'll leave that one up high. And 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see if she gets the green light here with no outs in the inning. .30 will just find the zone for a strike. Pretty big gap between shortstop and third. We'll see if Howard can take advantage of that, but she leaves that one up high for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. And we'll see another mound visit with Greg Jenkins. We'll see if he'll make another pitching change. Seems like he's just having a chat. See how they'll game plan this. Bases loaded with no outs here in the home half of the third. 2 runs in the first inning for the Vikings offense. Nothing in the second. And an opportunity to possibly hang a crooked number here. So here's Brooke Rose, first time up, ended the first inning with a pop out to first base. She'll leave the first one, and it'll catch the zone for a strike. Next pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and a strike. 1-1 is up high. Just 3 RBIs on the season for Brooke Rose. We'd love to add on a few more. And that one's upstairs again. So 3 balls and a strike, and Zoe Turner is in danger of giving up her first run of the day. Infield playing very, very shallow. And Rose will leave that one at the bottom of the zone. The count will run full. Infield still expecting bunt. Playing parallel with the pitcher's mound. That one's crushed down the third base line. That will roll all the way into left field. Zerfus will score as well as Booth. Runner moves up to second from first. And a 2 RBI base knock for Brooke Rose. Well, Leighton Davis over at third base learned the hard way of playing in so far. That one's ripped down the third base line and scored a pair. That one's floated straight up in the air, and the catch is made at shortstop by Noble. So 1 away in the inning, but 2 have already come across to score on that base hit by Brooke Rose. Still runners on first and second. Here's Rain Niddle, and that pitch to her will find the zone. Well, one is in the dirt. One is in the dirt again. Two one is lifted straight up in the air. Davis is underneath it and will record the out. Five pop-ups for outs so far for the Vikings lineup. Not a whole lot of hard contact necessarily. Here's Taylor Ulrich. She flew out to right field to back in the second inning. Really, really good catch out there in right field by Rodriguez, making the diving grab. Still a pair of base runners on. She will foul that one straight back into the stands. Two have already come across to score. 2 outs to Taylor Ulrich. She'll line that one out into left field. And the runner is being waved home. Here's the throw in. It is not in time. And so an RBI base knock for Taylor Ulrich.
Now batting number 2, Harper Bradley.
So lineup will turn over for the third time. Here's Harper Bradley. 0 for 1 so far in this game. A walk and a pop out. She'll leave that first one low for ball 1. Next pitch will find the zone for strike 1. 1-1 to Bradley. She'll foul that one straight back. 1-2 is softly lined back to Turner on the mound. She'll make the throw over to first. The Vikings strand 2, but also get 3 to come across here in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the fourth. Vikes up 5-1. Welcome back. Top half of the fourth inning. Kendall Howard, through 3 innings of work, has given up 1 run, but it was unearned in the last inning off of a throwing error by Brooke Rose at shortstop. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Panthers in this one. Sophia Jones struck out swinging her first time up in the second inning. It seemed like she leaned into that one, and it did hit her, but the home plate umpire says to get back in the box after she leaned into the pitch. You'll get base runners any way you can take them, I guess, but not really sure if that was the way to go about it. And it seems like Greg Jenkins, head coach of East Duplin, is having a chat with home plate umpire. Seems like Jones is in some pain. It did go off her elbow, and we might have a pinch hitter. We'll see the athletic trainer here at DH Conley take a look at her, and we will have a pinch hitter. I believe that is Blair Howard, number 18, but I can't quite tell what number that is. So we will see Blair Howard check into the game. This year as a freshman, batting 111 through 11 plate appearances. She comes in with an 0-2 count and will get set down looking. Howard will strike out Howard here to start things in the top of the fourth. And here's Leighton Davis, the third baseman. First pitch to her is blown right by her. Oh, my word. The 1 is waved at for strike 2, already in an 0-2 hole. Kendall Howard with 6 strikeouts so far in this one. Already crossed 500 career strikeouts in her career only as a junior. And that one's grounded right back up the middle. What a grab by Rose. She'll make the throw over to first, and she is out at first. What a play by Brooke Rose, stretching to get the ball before it went out into the outfield, and then the stretch by Sarah Booth over at first base. Couple of sound defensive plays from the Rose sisters between yesterday and today. Here's the catcher, Callie Mewborn. She'll step into the box, and ball 1 to her to start the at-bat. Her first time up, struck out swinging back in the second inning. One 0 is waved at for a strike. Two away in the inning. 1 ball and a strike to Mewborn. She'll foul tip that one into the glove of Zerfus. So Kendall Howard looking to complete a 4th inning of work here in this one. 1-2 is up high. A total of 10 innings pitched yesterday for Kendall Howard. A total of 22 strikeouts between both of those games. Looking to make it 14 innings pitched between 2 days. That one's going to be inside. The count will run full. Here's the payoff. And she will leave that one for ball 4. Just missed the zone. And a 2-out walk for Callie Mewborn. First walk issued by Howard today. Just the 4th base runner given up. 1 error for this Vikings defense. Then 2 hits and that walk. So runner on first. Here's Ainsley Hunter. She'll swing and miss at the first pitch. Hunter had that base knock in the 3rd to get things going for that first run of the ball game for them. Runner on first with 2 away. 0-1 is up high. Zerfus takes a peek down to Mewborn at first. Next pitch up high. 2 balls and a strike. We've played nearly an hour here at the Crossroads. Late start today between the Vikings and the Panthers after South Lenoir and White Oak went into extra innings. Vikes up 5-1. Kendall Howard looking to complete her 4th inning of work. That one's lined straight back up the middle. Another base knock for Hunter. Getzinger will throw it in, and the stop sign is shown to Mewborn at 3rd. Quality at-bats for Hunter so far. She's 2 for 2 And here's the designated player, Emma Wallace, struck out swinging in the third inning. We'll see Zerfus give a few signs to the defense again. Runners on the corners here with 2 away. First pitch is in there for a strike to Wallace. A 1 up and away. 1 ball and a strike. Kendall Howard had those 2 quick outs to start the inning, but then gave up 2 straight base runners, a walk issued to Callie Mewborn, then that base hit up the middle by Ainsley Hunter. Next pitch, come on and missed 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kendall Howard looking to make it 7 strikeouts on the afternoon. That one's lifted out of play down the left field line. Here's another 1-2 offering. That one's up high. The runner goes. Throw down is cut off. Looked like they were trying to go for a double steal, but the runner at third comes back and is safe. The throw was cut off by Harper Bradley, well short of the second base bag. It seemed like the runner, Mewborn, wanted to go home on a double steal. So 2 runners in scoring position, but 2 away, and a 2-2 count to Wallace. Here's the pitch. Got her swinging. So Kendall Howard will strand a pair and pick up her 7th strikeout of the ball game. Vikes up 5-1. We'll head to the home half of the 4th. Welcome back. Home half of the fourth, getting ready to get underway. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Vikings. Zoe Turner still out there on the mound after coming in after the first inning for Carson Parker. In the bottom of the third, the Vikings put up 3 runs off of 4 hits, nearly batted around. We'll see if they can pick up a few more here in the fourth. First pitch to Rose is lifted into the right center field gap, and that one's going to fall. Ball rolls all the way to the wall. Rose is on her horse. She's being waved all the way to third. She slides, and she is safe. How about a leadoff triple for Anna Rose? That'll be her first triple of the year, and showcasing that speed, as I already mentioned, 10 stolen bases on the season. And now a runner in prime scoring position for the power hitter, Lena Zerfus. She will swing at that one, lift it straight up into right field, shallow right field. Rodriguez will make the grab. Rose will not tag up.
Next up, number 34, Sarah Booth.
Booth.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Sarah Booth. Had that base knock in the last inning in the third. First pitch will be a ball. One zero is cut on and missed for a strike. 9 RBIs for her this season. She's primarily been in that cleanup spot pretty much for most of the season. Here's the 1-1. She'll lift that one out into deep left center field. That's not quite going to carry. It'll hit the track. Rose will score easily, and Booth cruises into second with an RBI double.
Now batting number 8, Kendall Howard.
So make it RBI number 10 on the season for Sarah Booth, as she will get that double. And here's Kendall Howard, 0 for 1 so far. Had that wonky force out play in the first inning. She hit that base hit, but Lena Zerfus stopped in between first and second base. Could not get to second base in enough time. And somehow a run came across to score on that play. Next pitch is in there for a strike, and Howard is down 0-2. Another sizable gap between shortstop and third. We'll see if she can take advantage of that. She lifts that one straight up in the air. That one's going to go out of play. Here's another 0-2. She'll leave that one low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It really seemed like that ball was going to carry at first off the bat of Sarah Booth, but just kind of died there. Bounced off the track and then off the wall. 1-2 is lifted straight up, and that one's going to be in play. Hunter is underneath it, and she will make the grab for the out.
Now batting number 6, Brooke Rose.
So here's Brooke Rose, 1 for 2 so far today. Pop out in the first, but then a base knock in the third, which scored 2 runs. 1-0 is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-zero, won't quite find the zone again, and 3 balls and no strikes. Two away in the inning, but a pair have already come across to score. Sorry, only just one has come across to score here in the home half of the fourth. Rose will leave that one for ball 4.
Now batting, number 11, Taylor Getzinger.
Runners on first and second now for Taylor Getzinger. 0 for 1 today. Pop out to shortstop in the third inning, and a hit by pitch to start the second inning. First pitch to her is up high for a ball. Two away, 2 runners on. Here's the 1-0. That one's lifted straight up in the air. That's going to go out of play again. Here's the 1-1. Cut on and missed for strike 2. One, 2. That one's up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch is waved at, well up high, but a swing and a miss for out number 3. But the Vikes strike again for the 6th run of the ball game for the offense. They're up 6-1 over the Panthers. Top half of the 5th inning here from the Crossroads 2026 Easter Tournament here at DH Conley High School. Vikes up 6-1 over the East Duplin Panthers. No state championships in East Duplin's history, but have made one state championship, which of course did result in a loss. Made the 2A state championship back in 2003, where they would eventually lose both games that they played against Forbush. Kendall Howard still out there on the mound. He's gone 4 innings and blows it right by Turner to start the inning. That one's waved at again, blows it right by her again. That's something that every team is having to try and adjust to, is just the velocity coming off the mound from Kendall Howard. And I feel like there's going to be a rise ball coming into play here, and it does. And she gets her swinging for the 8th strikeout of the game. That rise ball with 2 strikes in the count is so lethal for Kendall Howard, and it proves effective again. Seems like head coach Wayne Deans will run someone down to the bullpen, which I believe is Madison Anderson, who we saw pitch yesterday. Went 2 innings in relief. That one's going to hit the umpire behind home plate. He'll check on him. But yesterday, Anderson's first appearance finished with giving up 3 hits and an earned run after Kendall Howard was pulled early, considering that she would have to pitch all 7 innings last night. We'll see if the Vikings do the same. Seems like there are 2 down there in the bullpen warming up. Well, going into the game, statistically, it seemed like it was going to be battle of the offenses. Conley had a really good day in the office offensive-wise yesterday. Their team average is .291 this year, scored 81 runs through 11 games played. On the other side for the Panthers, they're batting .362 as a team and 97 runs through 11. Only 1 run for them so far through 4. We'll see if they can try and make a comeback here as we move into the later innings. 2 balls and no strikes to Ava Nobley. Nobley 1 for 2 today. She is the best hitter statistically for the Panthers. One away in the inning. 2-0 is low. And a rare 3 ball and no strike count from Kendall Howard. .30 is in there for a strike. Man, you can hear the pop of the mitt all the way from back here. And time is called. Seems like we have a ball over the fence in the bullpen on the Viking side. Aiden Grifton starting to get warmed up as they face White Oak after this game. White Oak was up on South Lenore going into the 7th inning, but then gave up a run. As South Lenore tied it, they would eventually put up a few more in extra innings and defeat the Vikings. And so Nobley will walk. And now here's Lorena Rodriguez. One out runner on base. Rodriguez 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts swinging. Runner will go. And the pitch is fouled straight back. So Noble steal a base in the last inning. Moves her total up to 11 stolen bases. Panthers tried to execute a double steal. Couldn't quite get that to work as Harper Bradley cut the throw off. Put an eye on the runner on third. Next pitch is in there. Runner goes. Throw down from surface is not quite in time. Beautiful throw down from Lena Zerfis. Really good catch and tag applied there by Rose at the bag, but the speed of Noble wins on that one. Here's the 0-2. That one's up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner on second with one away in the inning. Here's the 1-2. That one's just off the plate for ball two. Looked good from here. So we'll do it again. Two-two to Rodriguez. She'll lift that one straight up in the air. Ulrich calls everyone off, and she will record the out.
Number 10, Carson Parker.
So here's Carson Parker. Started the game on the mound, but only went one inning, giving up 2 runs. So far today, 0 for 2, ground out to short to end the third inning, as well as a pop out to Sarah Booth at first. One 0 is foul tipped into the glove of Zerfus. So 1 ball and a strike. 1-1 is fouled straight back. So a ball and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 from Howard. She will lift that one out into the air into right field. Mendel is under it, and she will make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. 5 complete innings for Kendall Howard out on the mound. We'll see if the Vikings make a change in the 6th, but first we will head to the bottom of the 5th for the Vikings lineup. Home half of the 5th getting ready to go underway. And so we will have our first pinch hitter of the afternoon for the Vikings. Reagan Stocks will check into the ball game for Rain Niddle as the designated player. Zoe Turner still out there on the mound for the Panthers. Stocks will wave at that one and miss. This year as a sophomore, Reagan Stocks batting a .111 through 10 plate appearances, only one hit. She'll leave that one right down the middle for strike two. O2 was up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One two is also up high. Two to Stocks. She'll rip that one down the third base line, but foul. Seemed like an off-speed pitch there. Got in front of that. Needs to get that timing squared away. Next 2-2 offering is in the dirt, and the count will run full. Payoff is upstairs, and so a leadoff base runner for the Vikings to start the sixth.
Now batting number 25, Taylor Ulrich.
So here's Taylor Ulrich, had that RBI single in the third inning, and a fly out in the second. She'll square to bunt. That one's in the dirt. That's going to get past the catcher, Mewborn. And Stocks will move up to second. So now a runner in scoring position for Taylor Ulrich. Had 1 RBI coming into this game. Picked up her second of the season in this one. That one's lined out into right field. The scoop cannot quite be made by Rodriguez and right. And Stocks will move up to third. So a 2-hit game for Taylor Ulrich here in this one. Runners on the corners, and the lineup will turn over for the 4th time this afternoon. Harper Bradley in the box, 0 for 3 so far today. 0 for 2 today. A walk in the first, pop out to first base, and then a ground out to the pitcher Turner in the third inning. Has a runner in prime scoring position in Stocks at third, and she will line that one over the first baseman's head softly into right field, and Stocks will score easily, and it is now 7-1 Vikings.
Now batting number 7, Jenna Rose.
It's only a matter of time before Harper Bradley got into the hit column today, batting .361. That'll boost the average some. Here's Anna Rose with a really good day so far. 2 for 3 is her line. Had a single in the first, but then, of course, that triple in the 4th inning. Runners on first and second for her. She lines that one out into center field. Ulrich will stay at third, and the Vikings will play station to station with the bases loaded. A very, very scary situation now for Zoe Turner out there on the mound as the bases are loaded. And who else but Lena Zerfus at the plate. 5 home runs on the season for her. 2 of them coming yesterday, 1 against South Lenore and then 1 against Topsail. Still no outs in the inning. Vikes up 7-1. She'll leave that first pitch low for ball 1. If I were on the mound, I would be deathly scared to throw to Zerfus in this situation. That one's just upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Last at bat for Zerfus, she flew out to right field, swung at the first pitch and lifted it out there for the out. Much more patient approach at the dish in this one. And that one's going to find the zone at the knees for a strike. Already one in on the inning, courtesy of Harper Bradley, single. Next pitch is upstairs, and now 3 balls and 1 strike. And in danger of walking in a run is Zoe Turner. Three one is grounded right back up the middle, and that will sneak through. Ulrich will score, and Bradley is being waved home. She will also score. And a 2 RBI base knock for Lena Zerfus. 3 RBIs on the day for her.
Number 34, Sarah Booth.
So here's Sarah Booth. Last time up, had that double out into left center field. Seemed like it might have wanted to carry, but died just short of the wall as it bounced against the track. Nonetheless, picked up the RBI. Still runners on first and second. No outs in the inning. That one's lifted straight out into center field. No tag. And now 1 away in the inning.
Now batting number 8, Kendall Howard.
So here's Kendall Howard. 0 for 2 so far today. Has reached base once on a walk in the 3rd inning. But then a very wonky force-out play in the 1st inning where she lined that one out into right field. That one's popped straight up in the air. Davis is calling everyone off, and we'll record the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting number 6, Brooke Rose.
Now Brooke Rose at the plate. 1 for 2 today. A walk, a single, and a pop-out is her line. 2 away in the inning. Vikes up 9-1. Runners on first and second. First pitch to Rose in there for a strike. Brooke Rose would love to score. Her sister Anna Rose standing over there on second base. Next pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and a strike. One to Rose. She lifts that one straight up in the air. Soft contact. Parker is under it and will record the 3rd out of the inning. Vikes score 3 again here in the home half of the 5th. We will head to the top half of the 6th inning here from the Crossroads. Top half of the 6th getting ready to go underway here from the Crossroads here in the Easter tournament. Hope everyone is having a good Easter weekend so far. Kendall Howard still out there on the mound. Only gave up 1 run, which was unearned through 5 innings of work up to this point. Has 8 strikeouts on the day. So Leighton Davis in the box now. 0 for 2 so far for her today. Oh, one is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch is in there for a strike. One, two, cut on and missed. Another strikeout in this game for Kendall Howard. So making 9 strikeouts on the day. And now it's Leighton Davis. I made an error. And last batter was Blair Howard. First pitch grounded down the third base line, but foul. Vikings in their gray uniforms today. East Duplin and the blue jersey, white pants. One away already in the inning. Here's the 0-1 from Howard. That one's in there for a strike. Blew it right by her. And now a quick 0-2 count to Davis. Oh, 2 will find the zone. Kendall Howard will set Leighton Davis down looking for strikeout number 10 of the ball game. So here's Kelly Mewborn, the catcher. She'll swing and miss at the first one. She's 0 for 1 today. Strikeout swinging in the second, and drew a walk in the fourth. Two quick outs already here in the top of the sixth. That one can't quite find the zone. It'll be 1-1. One one. That one's going to find the inside part of the zone. And 1 ball and 2 strikes to Callie Mewborn. And how about strikeout number 11 on the ball game? Dominant performance again from Kendall Howard. She sets the Panthers down 1-2-3, all on strikes. We will head to the home half of the sixth. Welcome back, home half of the sixth. We will see another pitching change for East Duplin as it'll now be Carson Parker out there on the mound. I'm not totally sure how that's working as Carson Parker actually started the game for the Panthers, but is back out there on the mound again. So Taylor Getzinger in the box for the Vikings. 0 for 2 today. Hit by pitch, a pop out, and a strikeout is her line. And a ball and 2 strikes to her now. One, two is just inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. And it's cut on and miss. Ball roll all the way to the backstop, and Getzinger will take first.
Number 23, Reagan Stock.
So a wonky play as Taylor Getzinger strikes out but reaches to first on the pass ball in the dirt. Zoe Turner's final line, 4 innings of work, 9 hits given up, 7 across to score there. 3 walks and 1 strikeout to her name today. And here's Reagan Stocks. This is her second plate appearance. That one's going to find the zone for a strike. It's pinch hitting for Rain Niddle in the designated player spot in the 8-hole. Drew a walk to start the 5th inning. Runner on first, no outs. 0-1 is just off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. That one's going to bounce in the dirt, go all the way to the backstop, and Getzinger will move down to second. Next pitch is up high, 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch fouled straight back. No RBIs for Reagan Stocks this season. This would be a great moment for her to get her first. Here's the payoff to her. She'll ground that one to the right side, and the out is recorded, but Getzinger moves down to third. So a 4-3 ground out for Stocks, but it's a productive out as Getzinger moves from second to third. Here's Taylor Ulrich. 2 singles today for her. 2 for 3 is her line. Also an RBI. That one's going to catch the inside part of the plate for a strike. Seemed like Mewborn wanted to throw down to Davis and try and get Getzinger, but Getzinger didn't really have much of a lead. The 1 is grounded just foul down the third base line. Ulrich just in front of that off-speed pitch. One away with a runner on third. Here's the 0-2. That one's up high. Next pitch to Ulrich is popped straight up in the air. Parker's under it and will record the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 2, Harper Bradley.
So the lineup will turn over for the 5th time today to Harper Bradley. 1 for 3 so far today. Had an RBI base knock in the 5th, a ground out, a pop out. Also reached base on a walk in the 1st inning. 7 RBIs so far on the season for her, including that one today. We'll see if she can get her 8th. That one's grounded softly to Noble. Seems like she got jammed. Throw is made over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. Vikstrand, a runner, don't score any runs in the 6th. Last call for East Duplin in the 7th. Welcome back. Top half of the 7th. Last call for the Panthers of East Duplin. Kendall Howard will stay out there on the mound. She's through 6 innings of work and has 11 strikeouts on the afternoon. Only 1 run given up, but was not earned after Brooke Rose made a throwing error from shortstop over to first base, went over the head of Sarah Booth, and the runner scored all the way from second. So 8-9-1 due up for the Panthers. One 0 is lifted straight back and out of play. One one to Hunter. That one's inside. 2 balls and a strike so far for Ansley Hunter. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. As the Panthers are looking to make their way through the 3rd time through their lineup. Two one is lifted straight up in the air. That one's going to go out of play down the 3rd base line. Here's the 2-2 from Howard. That one's in the dirt, and the count will run full. Here's the payoff to the 7-hole batter, Hunter. That one's grounded straight back up the middle. Harper dives, but cannot quite make the grab. And so a leadoff base knock for Ainsley Hunter.
Now batting number one.
Here's Emma Wallace, the designated player for East Duplin today. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Swinging is her line today. Runner on first with no outs in the inning. First pitch cut on and missed. This year as a freshman batting .385. Of course, that number has gone down with the 0 for 2 line so far today. 0-1 is cut on and missed again. And Wallace is in an 0-2 hole. Here's the 0-2. Now it's up high. Surface will check down for a moment, but no throw. One ball and 2 strikes. That one's lifted straight back and out of play. So we'll do it again to the Panthers' 8-spot hitter. One, 2 is just inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This would be a very quality win for the Vikings, assuming they do pick up the win here in the 7th. On Max Preps, East Duplin is listed as the 18th or 19th team in the state. Of course, Max Preps isn't always accurate for state rankings. That one's cut on and missed. Strikeout number 12 of the ball game for Kendall Howard. Max Preps doesn't typically tend to use strength of schedule as a factor when it comes to rankings, so not always accurate. But East Duplin, of course, coming into this ball game 11-1 on the season, picked up that 5-2 win against Topsail earlier today. Vikes beat them 3-0 last night. Zoe Turner in the box now, took over for Carson Parker. Came in on relief on the mound for 4 innings. She'll swing at that one and miss. So far today, she is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the 3rd, which did score a run. That throwing error by Brooke Rose over at shortstop, and a strikeout swinging in the 4th. Here's the 0-2. That one's up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner on first with 1 away in the inning. Kendall Howard with 12 strikeouts. Already up in this at-bat, looking to make it number 13. And she will! Rings her up on strikes. Got her looking.
Now batting number 12, Ava Noble.
The 3rd strikeout looking today for Kendall Howard. Make it 13 strikeouts on the afternoon. Yesterday, put up 7 strikeouts in the first game, 15 in the second, and now another 13 in this one, and looking for number 14. "36 strikeouts over the course of not even 24 hours is impressive. Lineup has turned over for the 4th time for the Panthers. So they are down to their last out in the ball game. Ava Noble up at the plate, 1 for 2 so far today. 2 balls and no strikes to her. Now it's going to find the top of the zone for a strike. Two one. That one's cut on and missed for a strike. And the Panthers are down to their final strike of the ball game. Here's the 2-2. That one's fouled straight back, and we will do it again. So a runner on first with 2 away. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. That one's just upstairs, and the count will run full. Seen that pitch called for a strike a couple different times. That one, however, called for a ball. Here's the payoff. She'll foul that one straight back. Vikings already 2-0 on the weekend in the Easter tournament. Looking to make it 3-0. Here's another payoff from Kendall Howard. She'll ground that one to Rose at short. She'll make the throw over to Booth at first for out number 3. And that is going to do things here from D.H. Conley High School. Vikes win this one by a score of 9-1 over the East Duplin Panthers. Do not go anywhere. Stay right where you're at here on DHC Game Day, as we will do a live box score read and post-game analysis. Well, the Vikes win this one. 9-1 is the final score. They improve to 12-0 on the season as they are still the number one team in the state. And from the looks of it, they will probably continue to be the number one in the state for a while. We'll give you a live box score read here. 9-1, of course, is the final. 11-4 hits in favor of the Vikings. One error for Conley, no errors for East Duplin. But the big kicker that I really have noticed over the past couple of games is the runners left on base. 10 left on base for Conley this evening, 6 left on base for East Duplin. On the mound, Kendall Howard. I mean, what else do I say? 3 appearances this weekend and 7 innings today, 4 hits, 1 run, which was not earned, but had 13 strikeouts today. Incredible stuff from her. She had 35 strikeouts over the course of those 3 appearances, going 17 innings of work. Incredible numbers from her. Hitting-wise, Lena Zerfus had another 3-hit day, 3 RBIs for her, 2 hits for Anna Rose as well. Harper Bradley made her way into the hit column in the 5th inning. 2 base knocks for Sarah Booth as she notched an RBI today. An 0 for 3 line from Kendall Howard. It seemed like she was going to have that base knock back in the 1st inning, but of course the force out was applied to Lena Zerfus over at second base. Brooke Rose with a base hit today, which scored 2 runners in the 3rd inning. No hits for Taylor Getzinger, but she did reach on the strikeout as the ball was in the dirt in the 6th inning. Rain Niddle at the plate did not record a hit, and neither did Reagan Stocks. Taylor Ulrich found her way into the hit column multiple times tonight with 2 base knocks, one of them being an RBI single. On the other side, Carson Parker and Zoe Turner combined for 11 earned runs. 11 hits were given up, only 1 strikeout across the board between the 2 of them. So once again, a lot of contact was made for the Vikings today, stuff that you love to see. So that's going to do things today from D.H. Conley High School as that's going to wrap up the Easter tournament. The Vikes win all 3 of the games that they play, and it concludes today against East Duplin as they win 9-1. They will return home again on Tuesday as they will face New Bern. New Bern really good in softball this year, but we will be live for baseball over there at the field as the Vikings also take on New Bern. And that's going to do things today from the Crossroads. I am Cole Martin. God bless everyone. He has risen indeed.